Welcome back to the vlog, guys, and this week's vlog is a good one. I am sharing everything from my high protein hormone balancing, what I eat in a day, to a real raw and honest and very uncomfortable account of my journey, I guess, and my battle with under-eating and overtraining and the effect that that had on my body and on my life and how I've overcome that. And I'm also going to share the most incredible Primark haul and the best spring summer dresses that I have seen on the high street to date. So that's all coming up in today's vlog. So sit back, get yourself something nice and warm to drink, and I hope you enjoy. So my post-workout breakfast of choice at the moment is overnight oats. I just love these after a workout, and this is 40 grams of oats, half a scoop of protein powder, some unsweetened almond milk, and a tablespoon or teaspoon, should I say, of chia seeds left overnight. And then adding 100 grams of frozen blueberries. You can add fresh blueberries here if you like. And I have made a mixture of 0% Greek yogurt with 1 teaspoon of peanut butter for extra protein and just extra yumminess. I'm then adding 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds. It gives a delicious crunch as well of all the goodness from pumpkin seeds. And I'm adding some 85% dark chocolate, which I slice finely and throw on top, and there's 7 grams here. Which is a great source of iron. I'm also adding some cinnamon. I love the taste of cinnamon and I literally put it on everything, and it's a great anti-inflammatory and just tastes delicious with these vanilla protein oats. Here chilling while I wait for my coffee to brew, and I wanted to pop on here because as of this recording, I have just launched a brand new children's party collection, which is available in my Etsy store, and it has been an absolute work of complete and utter joy and a passion project, and something that I am so excited to come on here and talk about because it encompasses everything that I am about now as a designer. So for a while I have been, I guess, kind of pigeonholed into following design trends. Every single time you go onto the likes of YouTube, you will see a video about how Etsy designers, which is where I obviously have my store, should be following the most current trends. And while that can be helpful, it can often really push us down a route that we may not want to go down. And I have been left kind of, I guess, feeling overwhelmed and feeling like I've lost a sense of who I am as a designer. And for me, as you know from this channel, I am all about nature and all of the things that surround me here in the amazing Garden of Ireland, where I am lucky enough to live. And I want to be inspired by what I see in nature. And so I decided to take a step back from what I'm being told to design and fully embrace and become my own self as a designer and be led by nature. And that is what gives me such joy and passion. You'll have seen it from even the clothing pieces that I shared recently from H&M. I love all things floral. I love spring. I love seasons. I love nature. That just all really makes me happy. And so when I'm designing in that genre and with nature-based designs, that is what is actually bringing me joy, and so it's going to make me the most creative that I can be in everything that I do. And so I am so excited about this. So I have just uploaded a recent video last Sunday. There's a beautiful 15-minute video. It's just over 15 minutes. It is probably the most special video I've ever made. I'm not on YouTube for long, you know that. I'm a brand new channel, but this one was with my son, and I took him on a walk in nature with me, a walk that I do every single day for my own peace of mind and mindset. It's a non-negotiable. I love it. The views and the scenery on this walk are incredible, but I wanted to do something a little different, and I gave him a task of finding spring pieces, so foliage, plants, flowers, whatever he chose in the moment, and I promised that I would create characters based on what he found. And so we went on this walk. He did just that. I filmed it. And then I came back to the studio and I created 7 characters based on his findings. And when I tell you that this is probably the most special and exciting thing I've ever created, I wouldn't be lying. And it was just so special to show you that in a video from start, so from that walk all the way through to me designing the characters, and then using all of those characters, should I say, to design a full children's party based on a magical woodland theme, and all of the characters are in that. It is a full pack that's now available. It's uploaded into my Etsy store, which allows you to go ahead and create the exact same party at home in your own house. You literally edit my files, so they're all designed. So everything from your printable party invite, phone invite, so one that you can send by email or text message, and then everything that you would need to create a perfect cohesive party. So things like party bag labels, water bottle labels, treat bag labels. You have a cake topper, of course, being a cake designer, that's my number one, it's always in there. And then of course, party favors. And this is something that I'm so passionate about. I really, really want to lean away from all of the plastic rubbish toys that you get in party bags. I have spent years, literally years, dumping plastic bits from party bags where the kids come home, they take the treats out and they leave all of the little bits and pieces behind, and I end up dumping it. And I just think there's such a special opportunity here to create something much more meaningful and thoughtful, and something that matches with the entire theme of your party. And so I created a small mini colouring book with my characters, and also a small storybook that also matches the theme, as 2 party favours that could be given to the child or the children as they leave the party, or the colouring book, for example, could be left on your party table for the children to enjoy with little colouring pencils or colouring crayons. And I just think it's such a nice, gorgeous keepsake rather than this plastic junk and rubbish that we get most of the time with children's parties. So I am so proud of this collection. It is my favorite by far. I have many collections on Etsy, but this is the first that is really truly inspired by nature from start to finish. I will link the full party collection below, and also the video from last week if you haven't seen it. It is literally just 15 minutes. I really think you'd enjoy it. I enjoyed creating it so much. It's got some gorgeous magical music in the background, and yeah, I hope you go and take a look at that. In today's vlog, I am also going to show you a Primark haul, because guys, I'm literally blown away. This Primark haul, very similar again style dresses, even more affordable, if that is possible, than the H&M haul. These prices are incredible for the quality of these pieces. Run to Primark, because I know these won't last long. The colours are fantastic. There are loads of options in the pieces that I am showing today. And so let's just get straight into it. So I wanted to start off by apologising for the absolute puffiness in my eyes. I am really suffering at the moment with a sinus infection, so please bear with me, because it does look, I'm well aware, like I've been crying for hours. I promise I haven't. Dealing with the sinus infection, on antibiotics, and hopefully on the mend. But I am so excited to show you these that I did not want to wait until this all disappeared. So I'm going to start off with what I think is actually my favourite haul, or my favourite dress of the haul, the Primark haul. And probably because it's in one of my absolute all-time favourite colours, and it is in chocolate brown. This is a colour that I've always adored. I love it in autumn, but also in spring, summer. I just think it's so elegant. And this is my absolute dream style dress. So like I mentioned, it has the ruched bodice and it is a midi length. Now these all need to be steamed, so I'll have them steamed for the try on, which you will see here at the side. I will insert it so it's at the same time as this clip. but it has this gorgeous kind of, if you can see, this beautiful finish at the top. Just this ruffly finish, really, really stretchy. I mean, the quality is just incredible. And then you have these gorgeous adjustable straps. So I always find that straps, if they're not adjustable, you could have issues depending on your body shape, because everyone's torso, shoulders, everything is different size-wise. So I absolutely love when a dress has adjustable straps. I have a longer torso, so sometimes I need to lengthen those. Because it's so stretchy and ruched, there is no requirement for a bra with this, which is music to my ears. As I mentioned in my H&M haul, you know, if you have smaller boobs, that dresses like this are just the dream. And who wants to wear a bra? I can't stand bras. Anytime I get the chance to wear a dress without, that's a winner. It's fully ruched all the way down to kind of like a drop waist level, which I just think is the most flattering, especially if you have a longer torso like I do. And just really, really, really good quality, such high quality. But of course, the best of all is the price, and it is just €22. So next up is another style dress that I really, really do love, and it is this one here. This is the polka dot in the cream and black. It also comes in a blue, so the dress being blue and the polka dot being white, as far as I remember, which I didn't love as much, but definitely if that light baby blue is your colouring, it is a gorgeous option as well. What I want to say about this dress straight off is that they are extremely big for the size, so you need to size down. This is a size 6. So as you can see, it's quite wide at the top. It fits perfectly. I would never be a size 6. And in a dress, I generally tend, these style dresses would be an extra small or a size 8 always. So I've gone for a size 6 and it fits perfectly. It would gape here, I would imagine, if you went for your normal size. So just bear that in mind. So you get that stretchy ruching at the back of the dress this time, and you have this gorgeous V detail at the front. Again, this needs to be steamed, but I love this V drop in the waist, and then it's a midi length. And this one has slightly thicker straps and not adjustable, but the fit is quite good if you do size down, so it's not really required. And I think the best part of this dress is the price. Again, the quality is fantastic, and it is €12. Like, I just don't know how Primark do it. The dresses are just so impeccably designed. They are fabulous quality. They always offer such a huge range of colours. And I mean, you would spend more on 2 coffees than €12. So you literally can't go wrong. These will bunch up really lightly into a suitcase for travel. I also picked up the black because I am a devil for black, as you can see on me right now. I love black. I think black is so elegant in a dress. I love to wear a black dress on holidays with a lighter pair of raffia heels and a raffia bag, and then maybe some gold jewellery. I'm a sucker for black dresses. They will always be in my holiday collection. So again, it's exactly the same. Black ruching at the back. You have the V at the front. I hope you can see that I'm not getting washed out with the sun that's popping through. Same A-line, maxi length, or midi length should I say, and again size 6 because they are all similar sizing. And yes, just €12. So it was this one, the cream and the polka dot, and then the blue and white polka dot was what I saw. I also picked up I wanted something, quite often when I'm working in the studio, I want to feel that little bit more elevated but still very comfortable. And you'll have seen that's why I went for the Halara denims and the jeans recently, because they are just so comfortable and soft, buttery soft, and comfort is key when I'm working. But also if I'm seeing a client or meeting a client in the studio, I like to look put together. And I saw this skirt. It's just A-line, but it has these slight pleats at the front. So it's kind of pinch pleat on either side of the front, which I just thought made it that little bit more elegant. And it has pockets. So I just love a skirt with a pocket, and then it is elasticated. And that for me was the best apart. Just complete another comfort. You could throw this on with an oversized t-shirt and some flats and just look that bit put together while still being extremely comfortable. And the price on this one was, again, such good quality. This is a size small and it is €14, and that's part of their new stock now at the moment as well. So a really nice find if you want to feel that slightly bit more elevated. Primark also have a range called the Edit. This is slightly more elevated than their own current stock, but it is exceptional in quality. So you're getting designer quality for a fraction of the price. And I actually saw this from a well-known influencer here in Ireland on her Instagram page, and I literally ran to Primark when I saw it. And it is this chocolate brown linen dress, again not steamed, but you will see it here on the screen, properly steamed and on me. It is lined at the bodice. It is 55% linen, and it has this over top that drops over a midi length skirt. It is just so classy and elegant. You can see it's almost like a peplum style all the way around. And it has these adjustable straps that can also be removed. So you can have it as a full strapless dress, and you have the little rubber inside here to keep it affixed in place properly if you're going without the strap. And then there's also a slight elastic at the back just for the perfect fit. I went for a size 8, and this, from the Edit, bearing in mind it's their higher end luxury range, it's just €36. I don't know how they do it. The quality of this is exceptional. You really have to go in and hold this and feel it just to see what I'm talking about. The double lining inside, it's lined with a polyester inside, the linen on the top, the bottom is just the linen, so it's still quite cool for this time of year, but absolutely stunning. What a gorgeous occasion dress. Like even for a wedding, this dressed up with heels, some gold jewellery would be so elegant. So honestly, that is such a beautiful piece. Then I also wanted to find a pair of neutral flat shoes that I could wear with all of these dresses that are slightly more elevated than just wearing a pair of standard flats or flip-flops or whatever the case may be. And so I found these perfect neutrals, which I just love, and they've got this kind of almost like a linen effect. So they are in this ecru color, so just a gorgeous natural linen finish. I love a pointy toe. I wore shoes very like this for my wedding, but they were obviously heels. I just think they're so flattering. These are a wide fit and they have cushioned soles, so you're not going to get that pinch here where quite often these sort of narrow or pointed toe shoes can hurt. So I love that it's a wider fit, and they are just this gorgeous little semi-flat heel, and €14. So like the perfect addition to a spring summer wardrobe. They're going to work so well. They're going to go with so many things in your wardrobe. So I think these are a great staple to have. Again, Primark are outdoing themselves. I've just heard that they've opened in New York. So if it's good enough for New York, it is certainly good enough for me. So I hope you enjoyed this little haul and the try on, and I would say get to Primark or Pennies, whichever you like to call it. I would get there as soon as possible because with prices like these, they won't last long. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to head now to the studio because I actually have a wedding cake proposal to put together. So I'm going to go do that, and I will catch up with you again later. Hi guys, so I had filmed this section yesterday, and when I was editing I felt like I really kind of had an opportunity to come back on and refilm and I guess be a lot more honest and open about my health and fitness journey. And because my channel, I just want to inspire other women like me, and I think by giving a true honest account of how the last few years have been for me in terms of my health and fitness journey and my relationship with food and exercise might actually be really beneficial for other women like me. And so this is the first time I have ever really spoken out about this, and It's really uncomfortable. I haven't even had this conversation openly with my family or my husband, though I guess they probably all know deep down that I was struggling. But I guess we'll go back to 2022. My daughter's communion had been postponed because of COVID, and so there was such a backlog in the country of communions that hers was scheduled for December, which was really unusual because it's usually May, December 10th. And so I took that as an opportunity to set myself a goal, and that goal was, like most women's goal, to become the thinnest version of myself that I could and just feel incredible for that day. And then, of course, because it was December, it would lead into me feeling amazing for Christmas. And so I started on that journey. I started with my exercise, nutrition program, and I reached that goal. I became the thinnest I've probably ever been, definitely ever been in my life. I remember fitting into my outfit for her communion, and my legs were tiny. It was a tiny dress and it was still big on me. And at the time, I was delighted with myself. I was fitting into this and it was roomy, and I had achieved what I set out to achieve. But I can be totally honest with you right now and say that it is probably, looking back, the worst I have ever felt in my life. I was exhausted. I looked like absolute shit, though I didn't know it at the time. But looking back now, I can see how grey I was, how tired I looked. I was ratty. My God, I remember a few weeks after the communion on Christmas Day spilling a drink on my dress, and it was like the world ended. I had no control over my hormones. Looking back now, that's because I was just under eating completely and over exercising. And this is why I wanted to come on here and talk today, because it is a road that so many people go down, especially women, and you get so sidetracked and your focus is just on being thin that you do not take into account that we are suffering with hormones, hormone imbalance. We are going through, like I was at the time, perimenopause. I still am. I'm 47 now, and what I was doing to my body at the time was terrible, but I didn't realize it in the moment. It's only when I look back and see pictures. Also, and if you're experiencing this, take a look at your nutrition and your exercise, guys, because I lost a serious amount of hair. I have a lot of hair. It's usually tied up like this because I'm a cake designer, and also it just drives me mental to have it down, so it's generally tied up, but it is extremely thick now and I have a lot of it. But in 2023, for that communion, I had lost so much hair that I had a patch, almost like a bald patch at the top of my head, that I hadn't noticed for a long time. It was photos that I saw it, and then my husband had said, yes, I've I've seen that. And I was absolutely devastated and shocked, and I went on every tablet. I paid for every shampoo, hair serum, everything imaginable that you could get in a pharmacy, and spent extortionate amounts of money on these things to try and regrow that hair and thicken it. And I went to a very expensive hair salon and talked about €1,000 extensions to try and fix this problem, when all the time the problem was inside. It was me under eating, under fueling, and over exercising. I was exercising a minimum of 2 hours a day, and I'm not exaggerating there. I would do my strength workouts and then get on an exercise bike for as long as physically possible and walk as well. And it was all about the calorie burn. It was all about what was on that fitness tracker on my wrist. I'll just add in here that if you are someone who is struggling and you are fixated on a calorie burn or a number and that causes you to spiral, please remove the fitness devices or the watches. They can be really, really beneficial, but they can be so detrimental. If you are experiencing anything like I'm talking about here, that watch was the thing that kept me trapped for so long. So if I can give any advice, if you're struggling get rid of that straight away, because watching the calories that you burn is not the way to go about having a strong, healthy body. So I will jump from then until now. I have found so many incredible people online that really understand women's bodies, women's nutrition and health and exercise. And my life has changed in the last 6 months, I would say, until I really got to grips and understood it. And I now understand that under-fueling and under-eating, especially for a woman, is going to cause the rest of our body and our system to shut down. We are such an incredible human being. Our body is doing so many things as a female that to really to treat your body like that, to underfuel it and over-exercise it and cause it to go into such a frantic mode, it just causes so much damage. And it's taken me so long to realize that I want to share it, so that if you feel like you're in that sort of a same spiral, that you take a minute to stop, because there really, really is a truly better way. I am now so much healthier. Yes, I am not as thin as I was, but I do not want to be anymore. I don't want to be a skinny fat. I don't want to be thin. That's not what I chase anymore. I want a strong, toned, lean body, and I will fuel my body and exercise according to that. And I will make sure that I am eating meals that are balancing my hormones, because I know for everybody around me that without balanced hormones, I am a nightmare, a bitch. There's no other way to put it. Women are absolute bitches when our hormones are imbalanced. We all know what we're like around the time of our period. This time of perimenopause, when you're underfueling and over-exercising, you're a bitch 24/7. There's no other way to put it. I know now. I knew at the time as well. I'm going to be pretty honest. You can hear yourself nearly talking the way you talk to people, the way you react to your kids. You literally react to the smallest thing like it's the biggest problem in the world. And you feel exhausted, you feel terrible, you look in the mirror and you never see anything that you like. So what is the point? Like, what was the point in me getting to the smallest I've ever been in my life, to feel so terrible and to look back at photos that I can't even look at now? And I am going to share them here. I'll put screenshots up to show you, and you can see how miserable I was. My sister had just had a brand new baby, and there's a picture of me holding her, which I'll share on the screen here, and I am so frail and I look about 20 years older. And that's 5-6 years ago. It's just not the way to live your life. There is a much better way, and as promised, I will be sharing on this channel all of the meals that I now cook on repeat. They are high protein, they are whole foods for the most part. I do obviously have some ultra processed foods. I love a protein bar. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna take everything that I enjoy out of my life, but for the most part, 80% of my diet is whole foods, nutrition, focusing on protein and hormone balancing fats, which I was so afraid of. I was afraid of fat. Like, there are healthy fats that we need as a woman. They were not in my diet at all. So look, I just went down a road that caused everything to shut down, and I want to help, if you're in that sort of spiral, to help you right now to stop. And I hope that what I share on this channel will give you the guidance. There are a number of people that I will list and share below that have helped me on that journey of understanding women and exercise. Madeline Raskin, I cannot recommend her enough. She's incredible. She is a young girl who understands what older females going through perimenopause and after and beyond go through, and she knows exactly how to fuel a body in those stages of her life and how we should be exercising. And she has changed my life, especially in the last year when I found her. She's changed my relationship with exercise. She's changed my relationship with food. She is hilarious. She's a breath of fresh air. I bounce into my gym every morning, which is my shed where everything is thrown outside, but it is my space and I love it. We have our weights, I have my exercise bike, I have my skipping ropes, I have everything out there that I need. And though it may not be a gorgeous luxury home gym, it's my home gym, and it is the space that now allows me to connect with someone like Madeline, who makes me really enjoy and see what exercise can actually do for you. It should not be a punishment. It should not be a goal to get your body to the smallest physical part of itself and be so miserable in the process. Exercise is enjoyable, it's fun. Her food is incredible, it is delicious. She packs her plates. You do not need to eat small to eat healthy. She will show you exactly how to eat, and I hope I will show you as well with my meals, because I love big meals. I always have. Even when I was under eating, I would find ways of packing my plate, but now I don't I don't undereat at all. I feel my body, I feel so much better. I really think that I look so much better. I know what I'm doing is working because my hair is grown back tenfold. My husband goes mental with the amount of hair that falls out in the shower and all over the place, and that just shows that it is there, it's back, and I have turned around my hormones and my mood, and I just feel so inspired to help others do the same. So I hope this was helpful. It was tough to be honest, but I know that by being honest, even if I help one other person out there who's feeling the same, then it just means the world. So I'm going to continue on with today's vlog, and I am going to share a full day of eating. So I hope that that inspires you in some way, and you can check all of my shorts where I have shared lots of recipes, and I will be sharing so much more here on the channel. So do subscribe if that's something that's of interest, along with all of my creative side. I'm a designer and I'm a cake designer, and I just share lots of creative inspiration on the channel here, as well as some clothing hauls and yeah, just real life things. So thanks for listening, and we'll continue on with some nice inspiring meals and what I eat in the day. So this is a typical lunch for me, really high protein. I'm starting off with 200 grams of egg whites. And then to that I'm adding some turmeric, which is a great anti-inflammatory, some black pepper, some garlic granules, some smoked paprika, and some Frank's red hot sauce, which is my absolute favourite and gets added to most dishes. And then adding some mixed Greek herbs, and just give that all a mix together and put it onto your hot stove. So I'm just adding a full tin of tuna for a real protein boost here. I'm going to give that another mix up so that it's all nicely mixed in together. And then I'm adding some capers. These are so delicious and full of flavour. And just leave that to set. And then I'm adding 100 grams of butternut squash. This is my absolute obsession at the moment, and just so delicious. And this is pre-cooked, so I'm just throwing it in with some more Frank's red hot sauce, of course, for a little kick. And just stir that up so that you heat up your butternut squash. And then I'm adding cinnamon. Yes, I know it is an acquired taste, but I add it to everything. And then you simply plate up. This is so simple, yet it is packed full of nutrients. It is a really heartwarming, delicious, high protein meal, great for balancing hormones, and exactly what I need in the middle of the day. So the wild garlic leaf, as you would have seen me prep last week, this is the mildest in flavour when you're looking at the plant as a whole. So this is very edible. You can chop this up as it is and put it straight into salads and you'll get a mild garlic taste. As you go towards the stem, the flower, and these tiny little green pods or seeds here in the centre, the garlic goes up in strength level. So the highest being these little green seeds in the middle, and they give a real crunchy kind of nutty texture as well when used in salads. So I'm going to show you a little close up. You can use all of the stem, you can use the little white flowers, and you can use these green little pods for the ultimate in garlic taste. So I would use the flowers to garnish a salad. I would use the little green pods to just throw into the salad. If you do enjoy the taste of garlic, it will be slightly stronger. The stem is used just as you would with chives, just chop it up and throw it in, and then your leaves can be used chopped up as well. So it's such a versatile plant. The leaves right now have lost a lot of their flavours. They'd be quite bitter. So once the flowers come out like this, the leaves are really no longer flavoursome. So we're a little bit late to be picking the leaves, but right now we can pick plenty of all of these beautiful white flowers and use them for garnishing and in your salads. So a really beautiful, gorgeous and versatile plant that is in abundance everywhere. So I'm going to head back up with my lute, give this a wash, because you want to be careful of bugs or anything else that are left on these gorgeous flowers before you do eat them. And I'll be back down to pick lots more in the coming days, because as I said, this is completely in abundance everywhere around our garden down here, just along the edges and outside along the roads. Is just no end to it. So you can find this, as I said on my previous video, I would try searching in more forest land areas where it will be in abundance and you'll be able to pick from different plants, so you can get quite a bit. Just don't pick the entirety of one plant, pick from different areas, and then of course you're going to get something that is a lot cleaner than the side of the road where you're going to get debris from cars and as such. So yeah, this is wild garlic season. Leaves of course coming to the end, but flowers still very much in abundance and lots to be used. Tonight's dinner is one of my old favourites, and this is a French style dish that I usually make with cod, but I'm making with chicken tonight as I had some pre-cooked chicken left over. So I'm just sauteing some bacon and some red onion in a pan, and I've added a tin of tomatoes. Then I'm adding my cooked chicken into the tomato and just give it a good stir. So you're getting lots of flavour in here from the bacon, and these are bacon medallions, so there's no fat, and I'm using 2 bacon medallions. And then I've added some black olives, and just let that gently simmer for a few minutes to take in all the flavours. And then I'm adding half a ball of light mozzarella cheese, and this is just delicious. It goes really melty when left in the heated tomato. And then I'm finishing it with some fresh basil. And it is as easy as that. This is one of the most delicious, really healthy fat and high protein dishes, and it is a belly warmer and I just love it.